with the military around the Caribbean and all these moves being made. Well, it doesn't end now that they got Maduro. They're showing their hand and also showing that it's not just about the drugs and the drug boats, the excuse they used to bomb their way up to get Maduro. Now, Trump is warning the new leadership that he ain't happy with them either, and they can catch the same wrath if they don't listen to what he says. So this isn't over. You also have Trump popping off warnings at everyone in the neighborhood, saying specifically to Colombia that you better watch your tail because they're coming. And then Rubio turns around and warns the same thing about Cuba, saying that Cuba had leadership that was inside of Venezuela, helping them the entire time, and that they are largely responsible for trying to protect Maduro throughout this whole thing. Whether it's true or not, that's what they're saying. It's the preface and a reason for them to go to war and to try to seek regime change in Cuba. They are taking over the entire Western Hemisphere, if not outright going in and bulldozing through everything with their military. They're going to try it diplomatically. If you're an ally, you kind of keep your peace. If not, there's going to be some kind of military action, and it's going to go from Venezuela to Colombia, right on up through Mexico. Cuba feeling the wrath now with the warnings, and they're making it clear they're not stopping until they get Greenland. Greenland up in arms about this, like, yo, we're supposed to be peaceful. We're part of NATO. We're already allies. Why ruin the friendship? And Trump and them are like, we're taking it. We have to have it. That's what he says. Never before have you ever seen someone so brazen to say, oh, you got what we need. We're coming for it. And straight going in and taking all the assets. So when they just went into Venezuela, they got their hands on like a massive supply of gold, silver, okay, oil, and the silver chief right now. They just announced they're going to open up a smelter here in the United States, $7 billion smelter to process minerals all of a sudden like silver. So you can guarantee a lot of this stuff, as Trump's already said, they're going to take out of the earth in Venezuela and they're going to use it for our defenses. That's what he's saying. He's saying it's all national defense, and if anybody's got anything to say about it, well, what are they going to do? Catch a drone strike? So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out with Denmark. I feel like he will try to diplomatically approach them with like tariffs and trade stuff, and he'll do all these things first before trying to send military to surround Greenland. Although we can send ships up around both sides, because he says if you look up both sides.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. That honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Also, like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. They want it all. They're gonna take it all. They're not sugarcoating it. They're not hiding their true hand. They're about taking shit. They're bullying everything. If anybody sees these videos, you should be highly pissed, highly upset. But this is something that they've been doing these things year after year, but not to this aggressive state. And as I'm listening to it, second time I listen to it, I had to listen to it first, before I did the show. That's what kind of motivated me to do the show. And as I'm listening to it, the main thing I get out of it, which I said in the last show, they're not getting these riches, just for the elites, to play in their bank. No. They're getting these riches, all these natural riches, gold, silver, all this good stuff, to build in those data centers, which is those machine cities. All right. This is why they're on the money grab. I believe I seen somebody put it up. I should have looked at it. Every time I see something, it'd be like too little too late. My mind would be going somewhere else. But Greenland has another natural resource in that area that can help aid with these either not nukes, not I don't think it's nukes, but I think it's something to help with all this artificial intelligence, data synthesis, and all this good stuff. So there's a mineral that they have in Greenland. Same with in Nigeria. The thing in Nigeria they have is for nukes. All right. Taiwan. Taiwan was for computer chips. Which chip? I'm not too sure. All right. It could be for the MOTB. That's why they wanted to go and get that material from that place like that. Gold and silver, oil, Venezuela. He's threatening Mexico, Colombia. All right. He already took, I believe it was Argentina. They already bought and sold that shit, $40 billion, where at the same simultaneous the time when the government shut down and people didn't know if they were gonna get their food stamps or not and their health care and all this other shit, but they were sending money down there. They said that, oh, you can't get the emergency money. Hey, you got everything that they do, you got to pay attention to it. But overall, this is the behavior of a madman. This is the behavior of a sickle. All right. This is behavior of thieves. Colonialism at the highest point. And then top it all, in the most insulting part, they doing this all these shits under the guise of freedom. Freedom. You know? Because they could tell you whatever. They could say whatever. The point of the matter is they could say whatever, they could do whatever what they want. But there's nobody that can equal them. That's the point. That's what they rub it in people's face. We could complain about this, about that, but there's nobody can beat him. We're seeing this man at their peak form. We're seeing this empire at its peak. They speaking the quiet things out loud. They feeling themselves. All right. They are truly feeling themselves. They are in the precipice of doing the unthinkable. The same crimes that they say about others, they're doing it blatantly. Soon they're gonna do something that they don't have to give no excuse what the hell they did. We did it because we felt like it. That's the next big step. All right. So all you people that have been, like, I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of content creators should shut the fuck up. What I mean by that, they have no idea. They don't have a clue how things function correctly, geopolitics and everything. They have no clue. People in the comment boards, not mine, but certain comment boards I was watching, and they say, no king, but you will let a dictator run. You don't even know who runs America. You don't even know who runs the world. All right. They don't even, majority of people do not even understand how things really work. Then the people that's crying about, oh, they're happy Venezuela, they got Maduro, this, that, to the third. I pose this question to you. When somebody takes your house from you, is that a good thing? They're gonna say, well, he was a bully, this, that, to the third. He was your countryman, and now you have the worst, you got the devil right at your door. And now he's saying, if you don't like what the leadership is doing that he appointed, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to your current leader. So this is the individual a lot of people don't quite grasp. And all these people that sit there and talk about, oh, America's giving these nations freedom. You're the most biggest idiots. This is why the Lord is going to bring down the hammer on you. The hammer is not going to just come down on other nations. They're going to come down on you. All right? Especially Americans. That hammer is coming. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it. I'm going to back it up with the scriptures. It says, Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Who dwells in the heavens? The Most High, His Son, Yahweh Shai, all right, and the angels. Why the scripture saying rejoice ye heavens? And because the angels are going to fulfill the Lord's will on earth, okay, by tearing this place apart. It says, and ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. So right now what we're seeing, the devil is coming down on everybody with great wrath. All right, yeah, we always say that's Esau coming down on the American people. Now we get to see Esau coming down on everybody. Everybody could catch it. That's what they basically saying. Anybody and everybody can catch it if you don't do what we say and do. That's who you guys want to back up. And here it is. A lot of people be crying about other things. This bully this, that bully that. But here you are, you backing up the biggest bully on the planet Earth. But he's about to come down with wrath. It said, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. This is why they're doing the things that they're doing. There's a sense of urgency behind these hostile these takeovers. All right. There's the search of urgency, and that urgency is what they know their time is running out. They need to get these things going. Like I said, they're not just doing it just to take the riches for their own personal pocket. That's just the caveat. It's to establish their system. Okay, the same system that we been prophesying that was going to come, but we didn't know how it was going to go. We just thought everything was in place. Now we seeing things in place. A lot of if you into this, it was double who said it. Was it double? I don't know. Copper went up. They buying all the copper. Do you know why copper? What's so important about copper? Copper is a conduit for electricity. All right. Any electrician know, because copper is the cheapest form, but the highest form that you can use for electricity would be gold and silver. All right. Copper is the cheapest one. They're already saying that, we are taking all the copper. And then on top of all that, now they're taking copper, they're taking silver, the second highest form of conduit. So all these things are happening is because this devil know he got it but a short time. Okay? So he's coming down with great wrath. Esau is coming down with great wrath on everybody. He's showing his true colors. Matter of fact, St. John 10:10. It says, the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. And this is the way they're operating. They're coming to steal right in front of your face and destroy. I brought it out last show, Isaiah the 10th chapter. All right. They're in their position, they're in a day of slaughter. They want to slaughter everything. They want to slaughter everyone and take their goods. I won't be surprised if this what he said, the Gulf of Mexico is the Gulf of America. People was all cheering, yeah, we're gonna take Greenland. And now we see why they're gonna take Greenland. So I won't be surprised if they South America, he might rename all of South America. All right. This is strictly, boldly wicked. There's no way around this shit that's going on. Anybody that's on the fence of, oh, they just trying to help people, ain't no helping nobody like that. That's not how you help people. And once again, a lot of people, the Johnny come latelys, will sit there and say, oh, well, they was doing this and that in that particular place. And guess what? If you understand what was happening for the past couple of years, the United States of America was sanctioning Venezuela for a long period of time, which the Venezuelan government was in a chokehold, so they couldn't do much things. That was sanctions a form of punishment, and that sense of punishment is not on the actual government itself; is on the people. So these devils are coming down with great wrath on everybody. Like it says here in Jeremiah 50, and I got it. I got something else too. Jeremiah 50 and 25. But before I get there, it's not 25. Jeremiah, let me get this real quick. Revelation 16. That's not Revelation. 16. Yeah, was it 14? Yeah, the point is in 14. Well, 13, 14. It goes into the three city states. It says, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs out of the mouth of the dragon. Dragon represent the dragon is synonymous with the Roman Empire, all right, / beast. They're synonymous. In this case, the three unclean spirits represent the three city states, which would be Rome, that would be the centralized of religion, London, the finances, but the key point is the third one, which is what? Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is part of that three city states. Washington, D.C. is not even part of the United States of America. It's its own city state. Okay? It says, out of the mouth of the beast and out of the mouth of the false prophet, which goes into Rome, right? But for they are the spirits of devils working miracles. So those three main things all occupy some major form of shaping the world the way it is. So once again, Rome, which is the Vatican. Babylon is not the Vatican. That's not even close. All right. That's the world religion. Okay. London, which is a key, very important factor. I forgot to call that what they call that area. Well, because London, where London is at, they could get all the world's damn all the world's different time zones, and they know how to finances in China, on Japan, China, all these sorts of places. That's where all the finances. And who's the head of that? The Rothschilds. Okay, the Rothschilds own the banking system. Period. Centralized banking system. And of course, here in the United States is the hammer. When London / the Rothschilds want certain things done, they send forth the hammer. Now, I hope is in my thing real quick. Not video, Slakia. Image. I don't know. I don't think. Nah. A brother had put it up. Matter of fact, I'll be right back. And this is what a brother put up in the chat. That's Nate Rothschild. Interesting. Okay, and this is, I guess, is I don't know, Twitter, whatever. Well done, right here on red. Well done, Donald Trump, Venezuela, liberal. Just finished a trip to learn firsthand about the SLs, suitable as manufacturing location for electronics. Came away highly impressive to the government of whatever. But he responded to what Trump is doing. Why that's so significant? Because that's who they all work for. All right. So the whatever he is, Nero 47 Trump is not the mastermind behind it all. He's the driving force to do things. He's not coming with these masterful plans. It's the elites that's doing this. Okay? The elites is telling they call it the deep state, right? For a reason. The deep state is there to ensure the entrance of the international bankers. Let me go back to this. Revelation 16 and 14. For they are spirits of devils working miracles. And the miracles that we've seen is artificial intelligence. Now they're ensuring that they have this thing in the vast majority of this world. Venezuela, they said that what it was lacking. It was lacking a central bank and usury, no credit cards or any of that sort. So these nations are not a part of the financial system that the Rothschilds and them had established. So they had their checklist. Part of that checklist was Iran, Venezuela, Iraq, at one point, in Syria. Those are the four nations that did not have a central bank. And all of a sudden, they took down Iraq, Syria, and now Venezuela. What was Trump's speech all thing about? He's gonna occupy. America's gonna occupy Venezuela for the foreseeable future, only for the vested interests of the United States of America and the Venezuelan people. But it has nothing to do with the Venezuelan people. Why you need all these resources for? Right? Is to push this whole artificial intelligence to use different locations. The video I did the other day, it was a general woman who had made a statement about all these resources in South America. And one of the main things that she said, hold on, I gotta get it. And this is the video.
Of course, the countries, Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua with Russia relationships. Why this region matters with all of its rich resources and rare earth elements. You've got the lithium triangle, which is needed for technology today. 60% of the world.
There it is. That's what I was looking for. Lithium, as she said, it's for technology of today. Why? Why so technical? So we as normal citizens can have our phones? Absolutely not. It's not about the technology that you can grasp. It's about the technology that they trying to establish. They're trying to build up. All right. So all these lands have been found with abundance of resources that is needed for these cities. So to create this miracle, and part of that miracle is the MOTB. They have to get the 6G going. All right. They have to computerize everything. They have to. Their time is running out. They on a time schedule. All right. They're getting pressure from above. And the pressure that they're getting from above is not what we think it is, but what we know it is. The pressure is coming from above is from the heavens, is Yahweh. All right. And hey, for all we know, Yahweh sending demons to them, telling like, look, you gotta get this thing going so you're able to fight back. We don't know what's going on, but we know there's a certain uh, a, a thing of urgency with these people. So they need all the resources that they could possibly get. And if anybody's concerned, like, oh, it's just outside of America, you're the biggest fool. What do you think they're gonna do to the American people? They already shown what they would do. They don't give two shits about anyone now. They don't give a damn about their own citizens. They don't give a damn about anything except to accomplish their mission. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about the poor. All right. Here in New York City, they just said that the train fares are about to go up. After all these broken promises that nothing is going to go up. So then there's more hidden taxes everywhere. So all these things are happening. Everything that's happening. So now this devil is coming out showing his horns. So it's just a matter of time that he's going to show everybody his ass. Okay? And then everybody's going to be crying together like this ain't right. So let it play a little bit more.
And rare earth elements. You've got the lithium triangle, which is needed for technology today. 60% of the world's lithium is in the lithium triangle: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile. We just have the largest lithium triangle: Argentina, Bolivia. Technology today. 60% of the world.
That's damn near all South America. They're about to stake claim to all of South America. All right? They're about to put a flag on all South America. Like, this is our land. With people on there. People that's been generations, thousands of years, no, sorry, hundreds of years in this side of the world. Okay? They're about to stick a claim. And she make mention of something that was very sensitive to everything. This is why this people gotta go. Let it play.
Today, 60% of the world's lithium is in the lithium triangle: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile. We just have the largest oil reserves, light sweet crude, discovered off of Guyana over a year ago. You have Venezuela's resources as well, with oil, copper, gold. We have the Amazon.
There you go. So out of all things, the copper, the gold, is the Amazon. And anybody that knows anything that's supposed to be smart, she about to say that's the lungs of the world. They want to control the very lungs of the world. This man is the ultimate devil, y'all. The ultimate devil. I mean, you don't get more devilish than this. This is why they want to take all these places, the resources, so they could build their goddamn cities. All right, not regular cities for normal people to live here and there. No. This is for the fuck technology that they want to push. This is why they're doing all this stuff for. And them knowing doing the research, the high praise, if the jungles of the Amazon are destroyed, that destroys the majority of oxygen being pumped on the earth. This is the same devils that's telling you that they want to block out the sun. So don't sit there and say like you guys are bugging and tripping. No. Even from Elon Musk to Bill Gates talking about blocking out the sun. So what do you think if they get their hands onto the Amazon forest? What do you think they plan to do? Why would they want to control that?
You have Venezuela's resources as well, with oil, copper, gold. We have the Amazon, lungs of the world. We have 31% of the world's fresh water in this region.
31% of fresh water. Fresh water for you and I to drink? Absolutely not. Is that all? This is not for. Once I'm gonna keep repeating it. Yeah, if y'all don't want to believe me, that's on y'all. All right. I know the brothers out there, spark that mind in your head. All this stuff that they're doing is not for the betterment of mankind. It's the betterment to push their ultimate agenda. How people that had in their form of the Ten Commandments put down to depop the world's population down to like 95% of the world's inhabitants of the earth. Why would they care about anything? The fresh water. When y'all get your utility bills this year, and you're gonna notice that sky high, you're gonna find out that it's not because you've been using your utility bills astronomically. It's because they need that to push to help forward these data centers to feed these machines that they have. That's what they're doing all this shit for. It took a while to understand it, but goddamn, now we starting to get it.
Copper, gold. We have the Amazon, lungs of the world. We have 31% of the world's fresh water in this region too. I mean, it's just off the charts. We have a lot to do. This region matters. It has a lot to do with national security, and we need to step up our game. Of course, the country.
And don't believe the fact that she said national security got not anything to do with anything. Them going around bullying other nations, smaller nations than them, that has nothing to do with national security. Because if Venezuela had a nuclear bomb, all right, they would never fucking fuck with them. And remember when Trump's first term, the whole thing was about North Korea. We can't allow North Korea to have nuclear capability. You don't hear a fucking buzzword about North Korea anymore. Why? Because North Korea has the equalizer. That's why. So they're not going around bullying other nations that has. They going around bullying nations that don't have. And they coming around to steal those nations' resources. All right? So they can push their fucking evil agenda around the world. Where was I? Well, I kind of went off the thing, but it's okay. It's all right. It says for now, it's all right. But that's why they're doing what they're doing. This man is out here on some taking people's shit in front of them and telling them you nothing you can do about it. It says Jeremiah 15:23. It says, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder?" Like we was bringing out on the live. They called it Operation Midnight Hammer when they went to take this man. So they truly accepting their role in everything. They saying the quiet parts out loud. America knows that is the hammer of the earth, is the bully of the earth. And bullies and hammers, when you pound somebody down, you pound people that are weaker than you. And that's what they're doing. They're pounding the weaker nations. This is why Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, I'm not going to get it. It tells you that Gog and Magog is going to be a guide unto certain nations. As what? The protection. It was under the protection of Russia and China that America did this stunt. Okay? And they were saying, rumor has it, that there was Chinese officials that might have gotten taken out. Okay? And also, see, everything's coming out. Also, they said that, was it Mark Rubio? I forgot what his position is. They're going after Cuba as well. This nation that we all, either we was born into it or some people came over. This is the most evilest empire on the planet Earth. Whether you want to believe it or not, And when things like of this nature happens, it's not good what's going to happen to the people here. All right. A good movie to watch is Red Dawn, the first one. Well, both of them actually. Red Dawn, the one with Patrick Swayze and what's this guy? Charlie Sheen, which is Charlie. And what's his true name? Well, Charlie Sheen is his stage name, but that's why he went by because of his Latin inheritance. And they show you in that film of nations invading America. All right, and the main nations that was invading America was Russia. The first one was Russia, Cuba, and I believe China. The second one was Russia, North Korea, and I believe Venezuela. That's what you call predictive programming. And now we see why today, we see why America, the Hollywood directors will put Venezuela as one of the main enemies. Let me make sure, because I'm sure because they switch up nations. We're not gonna go into that right now. That's for later. Let's go here. And it says, let's see, Red Dawn, right? 2012. Let me just look at the whatchamacallits overview. Yeah, when North Korea troops invades U.S. soil and take over exponent Washington, the recent return from Iraq. You go out, I want to see what what other nation. It was not just North Korea. Mm, what? Oopsie. Nations. Just give me the names. All right. It says Soviet, which we know the Soviet Union, and Latin American states. See that? That's what you call predictive programming, which is not only predictive. That's method of revelation. All right. It says invading forces, the U.S., the Soviet Union, and Cuba, and communist Latin states. So basically, just let it open. All right. That's what that film was about. No. Oh, this is see, like this is 80, 19. Oh no. So the first film was Russia, Cuba, and China. Second film was North Korea, Russia, North Korea, and Venezuela. After it is now just invaded, kidnapped Venezuela, the Venezuelan president. Now you see why that movie is significant. Oh, we're not fools. Scripture says, these Satan should get advantage of us. We're not ignorant of his devices. So America's not the victim. America's the bully. Has always been the bully. All right. Going back to this, it says, which proves that America is the hammer of the earth. How is the hammer of the whole earth? Because what? They're not just going down to South America. They also going to Greenland. And like Dabu was saying, Greenland is part of NATO. So it's part. This is why the scripture says the beast shall hate the whore. They're making a lot of executive moves that has nothing to do with the alliance that they had. All right, they're doing. America's doing their own thing. And if they screw up their alliance, they don't give a damn about anybody, because the whole campaign is them trying to be the leading force of the new world order. All right, and if they have to crush or break their alliance, that's what they will do. It says, how is the hem of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among nations? So from a prominent position that they had to now, and the now is being a hammer. This place is about to be broken asunder. This is why the scripture, once again, the matter of fact, let me just get that. Revelation 17:15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are the peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Scripture tell you about it, heapeth unto him all people. All people mean literally all people. Why did for all these, I was watching Anton Daniels, and he's putting it there as if America did a good thing, and the Democrats is talking shit, which any idiot could see that both sides are doing the will of the elites. But that's neither here or there. Why was all these nations, especially in Latin America, people coming over here in a shitload? All right. Oh, because what was going on? There was poor, there was dictators, and this, that, to the third. All right. Once again, didn't that have to do with the U.S. sanctions that was being orchestrated into those places? So now all of a sudden, he wants to care about Venezuela and about the people of Venezuela, and then that'd be good for the national security. But yet he's kicking those people out, and he's talking shit about them. Period. So all this shit doesn't add up. He's heaping up to him all nations, literally. Okay, and people that come up here, they sitting there talking proper English. I don't know about agents anyway, talking proper English and trying to be educated and all this other bullshit, and they're just allowing all these things to be said and done back at home. And what he said about see, everything coming out. What did he say about, was it Somalia and all these? He said all these nations are shithole countries. That's what they said, right? So even when they own allies, he's willing to destroy that alliance. It says, in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which shall hate the whore, which is NATO. They're gonna hate America and shall make her desolate and naked. So the greatest threat to America is his own allies, Russia and their allies, and NATO, EU. All right. Something's gonna spur of the Lord is gonna be on their mind, like, yo, we gotta which is gonna say, is a and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High put in their hearts to fulfill His will, and that's why they made that alliance many, many years ago. But it's only one-sided. It says, and to agree to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And them hating the whore is happening right now. What Trump did was a strategic move to lock, stock, and barrel this side of the hemisphere, while they disrupted what was going on in Europe. And when they did that disrupting with Europe and their allies, they was getting gas from Russia leaves Europe without any source of miracle, any sort of aid. So them securing Venezuela, now they can hike up the price to Europe. Something that he's going to do is going to piss off these EU nations, which overall Yahweh Shem Shai is going to put the spirit. He's going to make sure those buttons are pushed to make this place a ghost town. All right, the biggest desert on the planet Earth is slated to be America. So I'm going back to this real quick, and I'm gonna finish it off. Back in Jeremiah 50 and 24 now, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. So the Lord has trapped this man. He's in a quagmire. No matter what move that he makes, he will be checkmated. However he wants think that he want to get done, he will be checkmated. The Lord set this man up. Now the whole world sees his nakedness. The whole world sees his aggression. And everybody's saying it. He said, now you just left the door open for China to take Taiwan. You just let all these other nations know, oh, they could do whatever the hell they want to do. World War III is upon us. All right? It is upon us. It says, and thou was not aware, thou art found also caught because thou hast strive against the Lord. And it's all because you have fighting against the creator of all things. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation Israel. Shalom.